So in this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys how to do a Toyota oil change. It is a little different than some of the other vehicles that I have. Here's some of the items that I use. So most Toyotas use this special type of oil filter wrench, and the reason is it's not a canister style oil filter. It's this paper style. You get this little relief valve and a couple of O-rings, and that's what the paper style looks like, just right here. And the one I got is the extended life premium guard oil filter there. You can see right there all of the things on the box. 10,000 miles of oil protection. How about that? And while I'm at it, I recommend everybody going ahead and getting one of these new kind of like drain plugs. So mine obviously is a little older, and you can see right here, this is magnetic. Watch it on the side of the vehicle, everybody. Look at that. So why would you want a magnetic drain plug like this? When the engine runs, sometimes little flakes of parts will go down and it might get missed by the filter in the bottom of the oil pan. It will pick them up. I went ahead and drained this oil, so you can see I've jacked it up. I've got jack stands underneath. I've chalked the tire in the back. Make sure you do all that. Got a pair of gloves over here. I use this Castrol high mileage. This does have 150,000 miles on it, and I'm going to keep it for another 150,000 miles. I think I'd get 300, 400,000 miles. You know what? It's a Toyota. This is, I use the SE5W30 full synthetic, and this also will give you around about 10,000 miles between changes there. I've got a oil funnel there, some extra rags, and some parts cleaner, and I always use a digital gauge for when I put my plug back in and my oil filter back in. So I'll go ahead and get the specs on that, so that way I've got everything set up. Oh, by the way, it uses a 14 millimeter drain plug, but when you go to this, it's going to change to a 17 millimeter, but the threads do match up. Well, let me go ahead, since I've already drained it out. I've got the pan under there. I'm going to drag the pan out, and then I'll take the oil filter out, and I'll show you guys how I do the oil filter and see how easily that is when you have the right part. So let's do that now. Okay, everybody, I'm up under the vehicle here, and let me kind of show you what I'm working with. Let's stretch this out. So here's the oil drain plug that came out, the pan plug, and check out the new one here. So I just put one of the little crush washers on there, and you can see, check that out. Ain't that cool? What a place to store it too. And when you want to put this on there, you'll basically, I'm going to clean this up before, but look how easily that just screws in. So the threads work perfect. This thing, I highly recommend changing over to these. But here's the oil filter. So what you're going to do on this oil filter, you're going to put a 3/8. Let me grab an extension, but I'm going to put an extension in there. You're going to take this part off, pull that down, and then I'm going to use that little plastic thing. I'm going to do a drainer on it, and then I'll take the whole filter off. You do not want to move it yet until you get that off, because oil will fly everywhere. It's not it's pressurized in there. So let's go ahead and do that first, and then we'll let this drip a little more and get it all out of there. So let's do that now. Okay, I've got an extension here. Let's put that up in there. Put a little slight twist on it. Okay, mine's a little tough in there, so I went ahead and went and got my impact ratchet, and I'm just going to impact ratchet. I don't think anyone's ever taken it off. It goes the other way, this way. There you go. I broke it loose. And you see what I use? I have my compressor in there, but now it's loose right now. So I'm going to go ahead and take that out. Let's move this a little closer. I think we've got all 6 quarts out. Well, you see how this is? This is a little cap that came on here that's just going to go up in here like this. And as soon as I stick this in here, it's going to start squirting oil out, in theory. You guys see how much oil's coming out of there? I'm holding it in there, by the way. This is draining the oil out of that filter housing thing. You know, Toyota loves making it different. I'm going to change gloves after this. See how what it does? It just pushes up in there like that. I've actually never changed one of these. This is my first time. So we'll let this drain out, and then we'll put that cap on there and just take the whole plate out. Okay, let me show you what you're dealing with when you take this thing out. So this little cap right here goes right up in there. I'm starting to think this has not been changed in probably 20,000 miles. The thing bites down in there really well. You definitely want to get a good one of this. It just slides on just like that, and you see how it catches in those grooves, and that way it's not really going to strip it out. But look at this oil filter. So this is the oil filter that's in it. Get out of there. This thing looks, I don't know, I mean, maybe it has been changed. I wish there was a date on it, but it doesn't look like it's been changed in probably years. So, and this is one of the reasons I like to do my own oil, because this paper filter right here, these are a little expensive, and a lot of companies, they'll be like, yeah, we changed it for you. How are you gonna know unless you take it out and actually verify it or see them do it? They give you some extra oil rings, but I'm looking at my rings right here. They look pretty good. You wanna inspect all your rings, and both inside and out. Let me show you what this little pressure valve is right here. This was extremely hard to get off too. I'm going to go ahead and clean all this up with a brake parts cleaner, get it nice and clean, and then put it all, tighten it back down, and then we'll put the new filter in there, and I think you're good. It doesn't look like there's any certain way that it goes. I'm just going to clean off also down in there. It's not the easiest. Before, like I said, I just have the canister types. I just unscrew them, screw a new one in, I'm gone. I'm going to put a little bit of oil down in here after I get it done, just to kind of like lube it up a little bit. Okay, got it nice and cleaned up there. You guys can see it. By the way, if you're using brake parts cleaner, any type of parts cleaner, make sure you remove any type of rubber rings. That stuff disintegrates rubber. So there's the old rings that I took off. I put the new ones on. They look very good. They matched right up. I cleaned off this little part too. We'll screw this back in. I'm just going to hand tighten it up, and I put the new filter in. You can see down in there, I sprayed and cleaned all that out. Now all it is just screwing this back on, putting the new drain plug in, and then the oil, and we are done. Okay, there it is, everybody. I went ahead and got all that put back on. The oil filter went on nicely. Tightened that back down. Make sure you get all that tightened down. And then I put the new drain plug in there. Here's the old drain plug here. So now we have a magnetic drain plug. That works out great. We won't know how it works until the next oil change. I don't think that's been changed in maybe 50,000 miles, by the way, because I bought the van with already 150,000 on it. So I went ahead and did the filter, the oil now, and you hear I'm out of oil. You see on my cap right there, it says 5W30. It goes a little over 6 quarts in a, I think this is a 3.5 V6. I've got my oil funnel here. I'm just going to line it up and pour it down through there. Go slow. I did check the dipstick. Everything was out. So we'll set that aside right there. And let's go ahead and start pouring. Everybody, I recommend changing your own oil if you have the ability to. And it's not just really because of the price of these things. It's because you don't know what these kind of oil shops are doing. Unless you got a good relationship with these people, and nobody's going to care about your car as much as you. So I always recommend doing your own oil changes if you have the ability, or you know someone that can help you out that you can trust. I did clean out around all that, clean out down in here. I will add a slight bit more to it once I level it out, let it run for a minute. Don't overfill it, don't underfill it. You want to be right at that second notch right there, and you can see where the oil is. Look how nice and clean that looks too. Okay, there it was, everybody. That's the complete oil change. I ended up adding another half quart of 5W30 to this thing, and I got it right at it. Actually, let's go ahead and check it. I drove it and had it out for around about 5 minutes. You can see where we're at on the dipstick. I don't know how well you can see it, but it's right on the dot now. So my guess is this thing holds about 6.5 quarts of oil, so you might as well just buy 7. You're gonna have to be in a, so I've got about that much in another bottle over there, and everything is good. I will leave links to all of the tools that I used in this and what I recommend for you to use if you're going to change the oil in a Toyota Sienna. So yeah, there it is, everybody. That's all I got today on the Toyota oil change. See you on the next video.